Sup, Nerdmigos, and the Jive Talking Nerd John Norgrove. We've got Wife here, and we just got back from seeing A Quiet Place, directed by and starring John Krasinski, co-starring Emily Blunt, which happens to be his wife. Literally.
Oh, is that who that was?
Okay.
Also, in our theater, it was co-starring a very loud cricket.
Oh, yeah, we had a cricket in our theater.
The entire time, I thought that was part of the friggin' movie! Until the very end when it was still happening during the credits. And I was like, okay, maybe the cricket doesn't belong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's no cricket.
Cricket, A+ performance gift.
So, you know what? So we're going to do this kind of spoiler-free this time around, as opposed to going into some of the details of it. I mean, if we want to do a full one, we might, but we probably won't. I think that it was an absolutely fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Krasinski fucking killed it. How about that glare
Oh, that's better.
Right behind my fucking
now
body?
I don't quite look so short. Also, it looks like maybe I'm a heavenly being.
Whatever. But, I thought it was a really good movie. Good use of sound in the movie for a quiet movie. I'm glad they still had music and they still did all that stuff, but they did it in the right way. Really good use of visuals. It was good. I mean, it was just an overall really fucking good movie.
Yeah, I think it was a very good movie, especially for the premise of it, which is being really quiet. You'd think that maybe that would be not so good as a movie, but it was so beautifully executed. This movie really was so tense. It was just painfully tense. I don't get scared during movies, and this movie didn't scare me, but
this movie had some jump scares that were like unnecessary.
Every single jump scare, and let me tell you, this movie was me jumping from jump scares, but also me just being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening!"
Yeah.
Like,
maybe. I mean, you have to be critical of everything, in my opinion. I think that they overused the jump scare. That is one of my complaints.
Really?
Was that there
were a lot of
there
jump
were
scares. I gotta give you
too
that.
many jump scares, in my opinion. But the jump scares the low hanging fruit for a fucking horror and thriller movie.
Yeah.
And this is John Krasinski's first bitch. So I mean, is it wrong that he decided to throw that kind of stuff in and didn't rely heavily just on the premise and the tension? No, it's not. I mean, it's better than a lot of horror movies that have come out recently, so there's fucking that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and that's such a little, like, to me, it's like, jump scares, man. That's sort of like when any movie has that one scene where they're like, oh, it's in 3D. Like, for no fucking reason. You're like, yeah, we know it's in 3D. I didn't buy a 3D ticket for a reason. Fuck that shit. But, no, I mean, I don't think it was bad. Right, I think that he did a great job. The movie's it's a super intense movie, and they do a really good job of just like the whole time you just being like
on edge.
Like on edge, yeah,
super
totally.
tense. And I think that it painted a very interesting idea of what seemed to be alien creatures in the future. I really like.
Well, the movie only takes place a little bit in the future.
Aliens see, like your heat signature and stuff like that. There's all kinds of them, and this one was really good. The previous one that I think the most with like aliens like that is the one where they're like in Russia and it's electricity and stuff, or the aliens are electricity. Oh my god, that one was so good. But I really like things like that where it's like you can't do this one thing because otherwise the bad guys are going to come get you. So I also like Pulse. So I really liked the premise of the movie. I thought it was beautifully directed and written.
Yeah, it was a good round movie that a non-horror audience can get into, a horror audience can enjoy.
Yeah.
I think it's on a completely different playing field than the Russian electricity one, which wasn't aliens.
Was that one not aliens?
Not even in the fucking slightest aliens, no.
Well, that's fine. Either way,
and they thought it was spirits, and come to find out it was Russia being Russia. But that's neither here nor there. That's not the movie. That's a. Well, a lot of like this, or like that blue one and Pulse, and a lot of those like singular plot device movies tend to be pretty shit. And I mean, like, I'm not saying Pulse isn't entertaining. It's a fucking shit movie.
They made 3 of them. They're not that bad.
They're all
right,
shit.
They
made 5 Sharknadoes. That frequency does not equate quality. Sharknado has proven that to us
just too picky.
time and time again. This is a good movie. Pulse is an okay movie. John Krasinski's good. Pulse maybe not so good. That's what I'm saying.
Pulse was fantastic. You're a monster.
That's what I'm saying here. Now,
also, the monsters were so cool looking.
Really good, and they looked really good. Like they were clearly 100% CGI based on like their structure and the way they moved, but they did a really fucking good job.
And it was like Resident Evil plus Cloverfield.
Yeah, it was like
made
tiny
creepy
Cloverfield
monsters that have like incredibly sensitive ears. Yeah. It was so cool. I normally am a little like, oh, they showed the monster. Oh no, that's not going to age well. But I don't think that these monsters will age out in terms of CGI. Poorly. I think that it'll remain good because they didn't overuse it. It wasn't too extravagant, and they were goddamn terrifying.
Yeah, they were super creepy, and the use of sound when the monsters were present, not like it's there's no way to really explain it. Just go out and see the movie. Yeah, you're gonna like it. I guarantee
it's not a traditional horror movie, so if you're the kind of person
it's not a horror movie at all.
Horror movies, it's not actually really.
It's a thriller.
Movie. It's
a sci-fi thriller. It's not a horror movie. Yeah, I don't think it's a horror movie at all. I'm sorry. Like, I think it's been mislabeled as such by a lot of critics and such. So either way, standard issue out of 10. What do you give it?
I would give it a good solid 7.
7 out of 10. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for sound design. I really like a movie that has a fucking gimmick and that they stick to the gimmick, and they made sure that the sound design fit the way the movie was. And now, yes, the cricket was an interruptive cunt the entire time, but the sound design was really, really well done, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. So, yeah, 8 out of 10. Go fucking see that shit. Alright, so this has been John Norgrove, wife, review Jive for, A Quiet Place. Directed and starring John Krasinski. Oh, he also may have written it. I'm not entirely certain on that. But written and directed by John Krasinski, co-starring his wife, Elizabeth... something or other Blunt.
Emily
Blunt. Elizabeth, Emily. They both start with E's. It's good enough. Either way, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you've seen the movie, let us know what you think about it down below.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next time. Bye.